Good morning. It's 9 o'clock and you're listening to WZRD Chicago, 88.3 FM and streaming worldwide at WZRDchicago.org. I could list the gifts I'm thankful for and write until next week. My health, my eyes, my darling wife, my granddaughter's rosy cheeks. Treasured friends that if I called would say I'm on my way. A precious mother that, lucky me, turns 81 today. Children I'm so proud of, sisters that make me smile, little ones that call me pops, my list could reach for miles. A soldier in some foreign place, assuring liberty for me, a sunny sky, a frosty mom, a blue-green shimmering sea. I'm thankful that in this land I love we're free to disagree, where we aspire to so much more than mediocrity. I keep this mental list of gifts and add to it each day, like God's unique and precious love, whose patience never sways. A similar list I know you have, so think on that a while, and be thankful, friends, that every day our gifts outweigh our trials. Here we are on the eve of Thanksgiving. Or Thursday coming up is Thanksgiving. For most of us, I got to wait till Saturday. My daughter's going out of town, so we're going to do Thanksgiving on Saturday, but that's okay. Most everybody is doing it this Thursday. So this week we're looking back, reflecting, looking at all different kinds of things as far as families. In the past, it's been easy to get together with families. Not so challenging this year. So I've got a couple of segments during the show that are going to touch on that subject and how difficult it is to sit around the dinner table and hopefully have some peaceful conversation. All right, we're going to kick things off. Let's see, make sure I get things going here the right way. Okay, there we go. All right, got a band for you right now. Let's see, I think they're out of Ireland. Really nice sound, been around for years. Found this one in the random stack of albums that I grabbed this morning. So let's get things kicked off with a little Clanhead.
Children's echoes become lonely cries. The money and the power divides. Cast aside, guiding star lights the way. Serious, but see who cares. Serious, for those that serious, the time will tell. Serious, time will tell.
Well, I don't even need to write it down to tell this tale of living. This night is so forgiving. This Christmas day I levitate. I don't even think machines could stand this canned and bottled living. They're much too slow for hearing your clumsy birthday songs of late. They say you found some peace of mind after all the gifts you've given. Ooh, it's about time. Ooh,
a sound you can't deny, created in the basement. And I'm not too far gone, baby. You hear our songs when I'm up on that stage. You see, we know what's up now that we're all grown up. I'm never gonna change. So let us do our thing. Oh, yeah, Latino. Give it up. Mocosos and we're all grown up. I'm proud of being proud and I don't give a what. Hands up. Mocosos and we're all grown up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got nothing to lose and got nothing to prove. Not trying to make a statement. Just came to play my tunes and get your body move and get you elated. You see, we coming strong. We knew it all along when we were juvenile. 'Cause after all these years, we put this thing in gear. I know you feel my style. I know you feel my style. Oh, yeah, Latino. Give it up. Mocosos and we're all grown up. I'm proud of being brown and I don't give a what. Hands up. Mocosos and we're all grown up. Con la fuerza de un camión. We're all grown up. Cantando del corazón. Directamente de la misión. Y los mocosos llenos de emoción. ¡Eso! Los años han pasado, mi estilo no ha cambiado. Porque venimos con candela, se compraban CD, ahora en MP3. Para que mueva la cadera, los años han pasado, mi estilo no ha cambiado. Porque venimos con candela, se compraban CD, ahora en MP3. Para que mueva la cadera. Yeah. We're all grown up. We're all grown up. All grown up. Eso. All grown up.
Oh, Los Moco. Oh, I gotta screw this name up. Los Mocosos. There you go. Los Mocosos live. Wonderful album here out of the Wizard collection. And right before that, let's see, we had the Reavers. Reavers doing It's About Time. That was a demo CD or demo album. It was the only things on that album. And then we opened up that set with some Clan Ed. So Clan Ed giving us the song Serious, and that's the title track off that album that they released back in 1988. All right, we got more stuff coming for you this morning. We have got, let's see, what are we going to get to? Oh, let's get to some Hawaiian music right now by the ukulele master himself, Mr. Jake Shimabukura.
Missionary won't succeed. Taking care of all your needs. Missionary won't succeed. A mission. From back there, taking care of all your needs. Sweet young hair, they won't succeed. Taking care of all your needs. Sweet young hair, they won't succeed. A mission.
Coffee for my breakfast, no butter on my roll. I ain't got a drop of milk for the cornflakes in my bowl. I'm fresh out. Baby, I'm all fresh out. Ain't had no loving since the day, ooh, girl, you went away. I'm fresh out. No jelly in the jar, no flour in the sack. I ain't got nothing cooking, babe. Please, won't you come back? I'm fresh out. I'm all fresh out. Ain't had no loving since the day, ooh, girl, you went away. fresh out. I drank up my last bottle of Johnny Walker Red. Nobody in this big house but me in my empty bed. I'm fresh out. Baby, I'm fresh out. I had no loving since the day you went away. I'm fresh out. Yeah, no doubt. I'm fresh out.
We are not fresh out this morning. We got plenty of music for you. And that man right there is a name that you should remember. Chris Stone Kingfish Ingram. He is the man, new up-and-coming blues artist. That was his track, Fresh Out. Let's see, what's the album name here? Doesn't have, that's just a self-titled album. Had a little help on that song from a local Chicago favorite there, Mr. Buddy Guy. All right, he'll be coming to town in March if you want to see him. He's coming to the Vic Theater. Let's see, right before that, I had a band called Modern Victims. Modern Victims doing a song called Missions from their album, The Lone Tones. Or is it The Lone Tones and the album Modern Victims? I don't know. I can't tell. Some of these albums, it's really hard to tell what the band is. All right. And right before that, we started out that set with Jake Shimabukuro. So, guy from Hawaii there, Magic Ukulele Man. He, he did a song called Variation on a Dance 2010 for us. And that was from his 2011 release. Peace, Love, Ukulele. And the peace and love are in symbols. So we got a little peace symbol, a little heart, and ukulele. Thank you for that, Jake. All right, I got lots of things for you this morning. It's my 9:44. So we're going to roll into a set right now. Let me get this all set up here. All right, we're going to kick this thing off with a band I've never heard of before. Let's hear what Giant Sand sounds like.
Don't laugh at her when you're after her. You don't lose your grip when you're step. Don't blink an eye when you're eye to eye. One man's heat is another man's poison. One man's floor is another man's ceiling. One man's torture is another man's fortune. One man's woman. You don't live too long when you're halfway gone. You don't drive too well way down in hell. One man's meat is another man's poison. One man's floor is another man's ceiling. One man's torture is another man's fortune. One man's woman is another man's woman. One man's meat. One man's floor. One man's torture. One man's woman is another man's woman. One man's woman. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna read it word for word. It's the same old problems, it's just a different world. It's right here in black and white. It's the same old problems. It's just a different world.
Try to find a real self, maybe on the top shelf. I was looking through an old box, trying on old clothes. I put the box back though, wasn't really my show. Viva, 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 viva. Self-discovery is really rather easy. I mean, I'm standing right here, but the real me is never free. Viva, 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 oh, viva, 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 oh. Viva, viva.
Compulsive Gamblers. They got their hands full right there with a whole lot of woman. That was from their 1999 release called Crystal Gazing Look Amazing. And let's see, in the middle of that set, we had a band called The Chills. Chills from their album, let's see, Thellostep? Thelostep. Thellostep, I don't know. Let's see, we heard the song Biba, Biba, Bibo. Very cleverly titled. It was put out back in 1988 by those guys. All right, and we opened up that set with a band I've never heard of, but a pretty cool song. It was a band called Giant Sand from their album The Love Songs. And the song that we heard there was One Man's Woman, No Man's Land. Very ominous title there. That was also a 1988 release. That must be the year I've grabbed the random stack of albums from in the catalog this week. All right, it's close enough to 10 o'clock to say it's 10 o'clock. You're listening to WZRD Chicago, 88.3 FM, and streaming worldwide at WZRDchicago.org. We got lots more music to get to this morning, and we're going to get to some more Thanksgiving pieces. Oh, wait a minute, we got to do something different there. Let's start out with this. Let's get going with, what do we got here? Oh, I decide what to start with here. What do you want to hear? Do you want to hear Ted Nugent? Or you want to hear Carrie Morin? I say let's go Ted. I think I got the right one here. Let me see. Check. Okay. All right. Let's hear some old Ted Nugent. Hear what that sounds like. This is Ted Nugent, the Amboy Dukes, from their album Loaded for Bear back in 1999. Let's hear that. Wait, we're going to back that up. That was not it. I screwed him up. Okay, let's get it right this time. Let's get that Ted Nugent album on right now.
First the world, then boy, then girl. 6 days it took in all. In his image he designed us with no thought of flaw. Now the question of perfection lingers in my mind. Why is a carrot more orange than an orange? Why are you greener than green? Why do we sometimes believe in things we've never seen? Never doubt what it's about, and you'll get along fine. But by seeing the true meaning proves you've got a mind. My suggestion is inspection of humanity. Why is a carrot more orange than an orange? Why are you greener than green? Why do we sometimes believe in things we've never seen? happiness just came in. It pierced my skin. In sights are Christmas lights right now. I'm so deeply in, for I'm St. Philip's friend. I've left my mind and soul behind somehow. But my life means more to me than before, and I'm not afraid to walk out the door. Calling my name doesn't seem such a chore. So deeply in St. Philip's friend. Look into my eyes, and you'll realize that I'm not handing you a line. Whether right or wrong, I must go along, St. Philip's friend, until the end of time. No handwriting on the wall tells me to stop it all, but I must be there when my St. Philip calls, for without him I surely would fall. So deeply in St. Philip's friend. People blushed each time I rushed. The cry for peace is heard the least. Someday man will understand, or he will destroy this land. I found the best way out. I found what life's about. Philip taught me not to fear my death. He's shown me through the maze. For this I'll sing his praise and worship him with my last dying breath. So if you want happiness, listen to me. Look only at the things you want to see. Life is a joke, and it always will be. So deeply in St. Philip's friend, St. Philip's friend.
Fairport Convention right there. And the famous Sandy Denny lending her vocals to that. That was a song called Come All Ye. It was from an album called Liege and Leaf, put out by those guys. Doesn't have a year on there, but if that vocalist sounds familiar, Sandy Denny, you might recognize her as the person that duetted with Robert Plant on the Battle of Evermore on Led Zeppelin's albums. Sadly lost her way too young at the age of 31 back in 1978. Died from complications related to alcohol abuse, sadly. Let's see, we'll open up that set with an inadvertent twofer from Ted Nugent, the Amboy Dukes. It was from their album Loaded for Bear. Those songs are so tightly packed there, one went right into the other. I didn't even notice that I was looking for other songs, and all of a sudden we're on to the next one. So, well, that's okay. They were good songs. So the middle one we heard there was St. Philip's Friend, and then we opened up that set with a song title that, bands name songs all the time, and this is one where, who came up with this title? Why is a carrot more orange than a orange? There you go. Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes. All right, it is 10:11. We got lots more music coming for you. Right now I'm going to, okay, so we'll get back to that song that we started with the last time. So get that nice guitar song from Carrie Morin. So let's get started off with that one.
Sunday morning and the cold settles on the neighborhood. Everything around me all in flames, burning down just like I knew it would. In the here and now, the troubled times, it holds me like a child. In the here and now, there are troubled times, and it won't let go, it won't let go. Come and sit with me by the fire. War like a mountain lion, and I cannot avoid its gaze. Standing close to the fire, don't feel warm. We're gone all my better days. In the here and now, the troubled times, it holds me like a child. Here and now, there are troubled times, and it won't let go, it won't let go. Come and sit with me by the fire. About my family, hope they remember the better days, and I hope that they remember me. In the here and now, there are troubled times, it holds me like a child. In the here troubled times, and it won't let go, it won't let go. Come and sit with me by the fire.
good night's sleep till their prisoners were set free. But now there's another feeling each time you come through my door. Yeah, something stronger just takes over. I don't worry anymore. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Well, I started to see their point of view since the day I met you. Maybe they're right. Now my eyes are open. Everything is clear. I see now what they've been seeing all this time. All this time. And all this time. And now it's mine. Now my eyes are open. Everything is clear. I see now what they've been seeing all this time. All this time. All this time. And now it's mine. I still live in the same old place. I can't say I don't know fear. And I ain't solved a world of troubles. And I still shed a tear. But now there's another side. Yeah, I've learned how to smile. 'Cause now I know underneath the smoke there's something here worthwhile. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Well, I started to see their point of view since the day I met you. Maybe they're right. I said maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Well, I started to see their point of view since the day I met you. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're right.
That is the legendary Ichabod Stowe. At least that's what it says on his album. Never heard of him either. Let's see. We heard the song "Maybe They're Not, Maybe They're Right," and that was the self-titled album. So he put that out back in 1986. And let's see. Right before that, we had Funky Alternative 3. So these are compilation albums that were put out, and I got a number of different groups on there. And so what we heard the Severed Heads. Severed Heads doing their song "Jet Lag." And we opened up that set with Kerry Moran. Kerry Moran doing a song called "Here and Now" from his album Streamline that he put out back in 2013. All right, let's see. So this next segment I got here, what I want to do is pay tribute to a band that came through town last week. It's going to be their last time that they're performing live. The members of the band have dwindled down to just a couple guys, and they're not in too great a shape. So talking about a legendary band, a band that transformed music for many people and kind of looked at music in a different way and looked at music in a complex manner and different subjects. There's never been a band that approached material like this. I'm talking about the band Genesis. They were in town last week for the last performance that they'll have in Chicago here, and they're working their way through their North American tour, and it'll be the last time that those guys play together live. So what I'd like to do here is I'd like to do an extended set of Genesis music. So if you are not a Genesis fan, this is going to be about 35 minutes, folks. I really apologize for this. I can play the whole show on this band, but I hope this doesn't get too tiresome from people. But I kind of wanted to showcase a few songs off of their early albums and just give you a really good background, in-depth look at some of the music and complexities that this band has. And so if you don't like Genesis, find something to do for about the next 35 minutes. If you are a Genesis fan, turn up the radio just like I'm going to do here in the studio. So let's kick this off with something from their first album. This is The Knife.
Thanksgiving is about food, family.
Oh, hang on. No, it's not. Hang on. Let me get the right piece there. There we go. All right. I think I got it. Maybe. Yep.
Light up your body with anger. Now, in this ugly world, it's time to destroy all this evil. Now, when I give a word, get ready to fight for your freedom. Now, stand up and fight, for you know we are right. We must strike at the lies that will spread like disease through our minds. Soon we'll have power, every soldier will rest. Some of you are going to die. My souls are going to the freedom I'll give you the names of those who must kill. All must die with their children. Carry their heads to the palace of old. Hang them high, let the blood flow. Now in this ugly world, break all the chains around us. Now the crusade has begun. Give us a land to the heroes now. Stand up and fight, for you know we are right. We must strike at the lies that have spread like disease through our minds. Soon we'll have power, every soldier will rest, and we'll spread out our kindness to all who our love now deserve. We are going to die.
scattered pages of a book by the sea, held by the sand, washed by the waves. A shadow forms, cast by a cloud, skimming by, as eyes on the past, but the rising tide absorbs them, effortlessly claiming. They told of one who tired of all, singing praise him, praise him. We heed not flatterers, he cried, by our command. Waters retreat, show my power, halted my feet, but the cause was lost, now cold winds blow. Far from the north, overcast ranks advance, fear of the storm, accusing with rage and scorn. The waves surround the sinking throne, singing, crown him, crown him. Those who love our majesty show themselves, all bent their knee. But he forced a smile even though his hopes they dashed where offerings fell. Where they fell.
voice called again. He turned and saw her in a cloak of mist alone. And as he gazed, her eyes were filled with the darkness of the lake. We shall be one. We shall rejoin as one.
You're listening to WZRD Chicago, 88.3 FM, and streaming worldwide at wzrdchicago.org. All Genesis, all the time.
I wandered lonely as a cloud till I came upon this dirty street. I've never seen a stranger crowd. Summer gullions on squeaky feet, continually pacing with nonchalant embracing. Each harvest disgracing, one facing the moves to say hey. Skins are covered in slimy lumps, with lips that slide across each chin. His twisted limbs like rubber stumps. I waved in welcome, say please join in. My grip must be flipping, cause his handshake keeps slipping. My hopes keep on dipping, and his lips keep on smiling all the time. Suddenly black cloud come down from the sky. It's a supersized blackbird that sure can fly. see right through it. You see everything alive. It is inside spirit with enough grit to survive. If you think that it's pretentious, you'll be taken for a ride. Look across the mirror, sonny, before you choose the side. It is here. It is now. It is real. It is right. It's only like a know-all, but I like it. Yes, it's only like a know-all, but I like it. Yes, it's only like a know-all, but I like it. Like it, like a know-all, but I like it.
Everybody survive? It is here. It is now. It was Genesis. There they are in all their glory. Bunch of songs from those guys. So let's look back a little bit at Genesis themselves. So let's see. Okay. Is that what I want to read? Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Where was it? Oh, here we go. Okay. This is what I wanted. So the founding members of Genesis, Peter Gabriel, Tony Banks, Anthony Phillips, Michael Rutherford, and drummer Chris Stewart, met at Charterhouse School, a public school in Godlingham, Surrey. Banks and Gabriel arrived at the school in September of 63 and Rutherford in September of 64 and Phillips in 65. The five were members of the school's two bands. Phillips and Rutherford were in Anon, and with singer Mike McPhail, bassist Rivers Job, and drummer Tyrell, who Gabriel, Banks, and Stewart made up Garden Wall. So in 1967, after both groups had split, Phillips and Rutherford continued to write together and proceed to make a demo tape at a friend's house in his studio, inviting Banks, Gabriel, and Stewart to record with them in the process. The group recorded 6 songs. Let's see. In late 1969, Genesis retreated to a cottage owned by McPhail's parents in Woolton, Surrey, to write, rehearse, and develop their stage performance. They took their work seriously, playing together for as much as 11 hours a day. Their first live gig, Genesis, followed in September of 1969 at a teenager's birthday party. It was the start of a series of live shows in small venues across the UK, which included a radio performance broadcast on BBC's Night Ride show on the 22nd of February 1970, and a spot at the Atomic Sunrise Festival held at the Roundhouse in Chalk Farm a month later. During this time, the band met with various labels regarding contract offers. Let's see. So A&R man Johnny Anthony of Charisma Records, saw them. He attended one of their shows and enjoyed them enough to convince his boss, label owner Tony Stratton Smith, to watch their next appearance. Stratton Smith recalled their potential was immediately apparent. The material was good, their performance was good. It was a long shot because they needed a lot of time to develop their strength, but I was prepared to make that commitment. He agreed to record a record and management deal within 2 weeks, paying Genesis an initial sum of £10 a week, equivalent to £200 a week in 2021. So $400 a week is what those guys were making back in that day. And then they went on to obviously have lots of commercial acclaim and success. And so in looking at the songs that we played, the last 2 songs were from an album called The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. So those of you who are familiar with Genesis kind of know that as one of their showcase albums. It was a concept piece that had a, let's see, let me read a little bit about it here. Let's see. So in May of 1974, the Genesis lineup of frontman singer Peter Gabriel, keyboardist Tony Banks, and bassist Mike Rutherford, drummer Phil Collins, and guitarist Steve Hackett finished their 73 to 74 tour of Europe and North America to support their 5th studio album, Selling England by the Pound. That album was a critical and commercial success for the group, earning them their highest charting release in the United Kingdom and in the United States. That June, they booked 3 months at Headley Grange, a large former poorhouse in Headley, East Hampton, in order to write and rehearse material for their next studio album. Upon arrival in the building, they found it had been left in very poor state by the previous band to use it, with excrement on the floor and rat infestations. By this time, the personal lives of some of the members had begun to affect the mood of the band, causing complications for their work. Everybody had their own agenda. Some of us were married, some of us had children, some of us were getting divorced, and we were still trying to get it together in the country. So Tony Banks later deemed this the period of time as his least favorite of all in Genesis. So the album was a concept album that Gabriel devised. It was about Rael, a Puerto Rican youth from New York City who is suddenly taken on a journey of self-discovery, and he encounters bizarre incidents and characters along the way. The album was marked by increased tensions within the band as Gabriel, who insisted on writing all of the lyrics, temporarily left to work with filmmaker William Friedkin and needed to be with his family. Most of the songs were developed by the rest of the band through jam sessions and were put down at Glasspant Manor in Wales using a mobile studio. So there you go, the start of Lamb Lies Down on Broadway and how that got going. So in the middle there, we had a couple other songs. And I mean, Genesis always took on complex subjects and topics, and they had songs that were just incredibly intricate. So we heard The Fountain of Salamacis before that. We heard Can Utility and the Coastliners. And then we started off that set with a song called The Knife, which was very unusual for Genesis at the time, because it was just a really hard-edged song that kind of departed from the rest of the stuff where they were doing pastoral melodies and so forth. So there you go. Very influential band in our time. I came through town, and stupidly I missed them. For kicking myself now. So those of you who went and saw them, hopefully it was a good show for you. I read some things about Phil Collins sitting in a chair, and it didn't appeal to me. But, going back and reliving this music, I'm sure it was a great show. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. If you weren't a Genesis fan, I apologize. So if you are, okay, let's move on and get to something else.
Chicago. Feet flat on the rise, it's following me. You're about to break a day. She came in and she drove away. Sunlight in her hair. She flooded the streets on the river of sadness. She flooded the streets, it's up to my thigh. Yeah, the river runs right down the left of the city. No women crying and rivers are weeping. She came to town and she drove away. Sunlight in her hair. Indians scattered on Dawn's highway bleeding. Ghosts crowd the young child's fragile eggshell mind. Blood in the streets in the town of New Haven. Blood stains the roofs and the palm trees of Venice. Blood in my love in the terrible summer. Bloody red sun of fantastic LA. Blood screens the brain and chop off the fingers. Blood will be born in the birth of a nation. Blood is the rose of mysterious union. Dead blood in the streets, it's up to my ankles. Blood in the streets, it's up to my knee. Blood in the streets.
that just cut off right there. Sorry about that. Hang on. There we go. Okay. All right. There you go. Let's hope that's not your Thanksgiving. Blood in the streets of your neighborhood or your dining room. That was a listener suggestion by Mike. Thanks for suggesting that, Mike. That was the Doors. Peace Frog. Could be a tie into Thanksgiving. Hard to say. So we got some notable birthdays to look at today. So some really good musicians that have changed our lives over the years and added to the musical landscape. So let's hear a couple of those and see who was born today.
I was slipping into darkness. All my troubles, though I choose. I got a wife and a baby, yeah, yeah. Oh, now my love has gained its fame, yeah. Slipping into darkness. When I heard my mother say, I was slipping into darkness. When I heard my mother say, hey, what she say? What she say? You've been slipping into darkness. Oh, pretty soon you're gonna pay.
One day I found a big book buried deep in the ground. I opened it, but all the pages were blank. Then, to my surprise, it started writing itself. One day I found a big book buried deep in the ground.
There you go. Folks that are celebrating birthdays today. That one would be Björk. Björk, the Icelandic singer, born on this day in 1965. That was her song Bachelorette. And before that, in the middle of that set, we heard, where'd he go? Lonnie Jordan. Lonnie Jordan, who is one of the founding members of the band War. He is actually the only surviving member of War, so he is still alive, born on this day in 1948. And then we opened up that set with, the Memphis Horns. Memphis Horns doing a song called What the Funk? Yes, Funk, F-U-N-K, Funk, What the Funk. It was Andrew Love. Andrew Love of the Memphis Horns, born on this day in 1941. Sadly, he passed in 2012 at the age of 70, but not before leaving us with a lot of great music. He worked with guys like Otis Redding, Neil Diamond, Elvis Presley. Very prolific guys on horns. The Memphis Horns. Andrew Love. Thank you very much. All right, it is 10 to 12. I got about time for one more set here. So what we're going to do is let's get a bluegrass set in for my folks. So here we go. We're going to kick things off with some, let me make sure I got the right one here. Here we go. We're going to kick things off with some Del McCoury. It's a fast one. Here we go.
Come and set me up another round. Hey, 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 bartender. Got a lot of troubles I must drown. Well, I guess you guessed it's love, it's love, it's love, it's love, it's love. Yes, I guess you guessed this love has got me down. Lordy, 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 how I tried. She lied, bartender. Lordy, how that woman went and lied. Well, I guess it's best somehow, but now I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone. And I see it hurt to be alone.
I've been walking in the shadows for so long that I've forgot the sun can shine. And I've turned away from everyone and everything that wanted to be mine. Somehow I always shut my eyes and heart to everything that I could share. But now I'm standing still and I'm wondering just how long have you been there? And every path I've taken I have turned around and quickly closed the door. It seemed as though I knew that if I ever stopped to feel that I'd want more. I've kept a steady run so my eyes could never focus anywhere. But now I'm standing still and I'm wondering just how long have you been there? How long have you been standing there, protecting me from loves that shouldn't be? Knowing all along that I would realize that you were meant for me. And now I've got to mend every broken fence and bridge that I have burned. I've got to clear away the cobwebs in my heart so I can start to learn. For I realize that you've been waiting just to teach me how to care. Now I'm standing still and I'm wondering just how long have you been there? And now I'm standing still and I'm wondering just how long have you been there?
There's a well-beaten path on this old mountainside where I wandered when I was a girl. There I wandered alone to the place I call home in those blue-ridge hills far away. Oh, I love those hills of Virginia. From those blue-ridge hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain far away in my Blue Ridge Mountain home? Well, my thoughts wander back to that ramshackle shack in those Blue Ridge hills far away, where my father and dad are laid there to rest. They are sleeping in peace together there. Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia. From those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain far away in my Blue Ridge Mountain home? I return to that old mountain home with a sigh. I've been longing for days gone by. When I die, won't you bury me on that old mountainside? Make my resting place upon the hill so high. Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia. From those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain far away in my Blue Ridge Mountain home? Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia. From those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain far away in my Blue Ridge Mountain home? Far away in my Blue Ridge Mountain home.
There you go, a bunch of young pickers out of Virginia right there. A band called No Speed Limit. That's Amber Collins, Steve Barr, Josh Pickett, Ryan Blevins, and Jacob Eller. That was an album they recorded back in 2006, and we heard the song there, Blue Ridge Mountain Home. And let's see, right in the middle of that set, we had some Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson doing the song, How Long Have You Been There? And this is from the liner note from that album. It's an album called Before His Time that was recorded back in 1977. There are poets of heroes and poets of zero, rhymers of tears and smilers of sorrow, fathers of fiction and brothers to the miles of endless highway, taking you on that long, old, lonesome go. Willie Nelson is all of these. Willie makes a masterpiece of lonesome, with his heartache an object to art. He is a true people's poet who writes about simple devils and complicated Christians, easy women, hard lessons, hearts and dreams shot full of holes, and being stoned on memories and promises. If you look him straight in the eye, he winks. Kind of like Thoreau would have been if he could have played the guitar. Remember, it was Thoreau who realized we live lives of quiet desperation, and those who step to the beat of a different drummer are lousy dancers. For years, folks said Willie was ahead of his time. Well, that's a bunch of crap. It was the time that was behind Willie. But now that's all in the past, and looking back at these songs recorded during his struggling days of virtual anonymity, you can hear Willie before his time, before all the recent attention and awards he deservedly received. Willie's longtime friend and trusty sidekick, Waylon Jennings, along with Richie Albright, Waylon's drummer, the past 12 years or so, took this album into the studio to remix it. It's not just a brand new Willie, but it's a brand new time. So if you'd like to know what you were missing a few years back, give a listen to Willie before his time. Dan Cusick, kind words there about Willie. And we opened up that set with Del McCoury. Del McCoury doing a song called Hey Hey Bartender from his album I Wonder Where You Are Tonight. So Del was joined on that album by Billy Baker doing fiddle and vocals, Bill Emerson on banjo and vocals, Wayne Yates on mandolin and vocals, and then he had two different bass players there. He had Tommy Neal on one day and Dewey Renfro on another. So there you go. Good stuff from Del McCoury. All right, it's 12 o'clock. You're listening to WZRD Chicago, 88.3 FM, and streaming worldwide at WZRDchicago.org. It's time for me to go. I got to get out of here, so I'm going to leave you with one more song and some thoughts about your Thanksgiving. So let's hope we can all get along this year and get across the table from each other and hopefully not say too many bad things to each other. So, all right, I'm going to leave you one more here from Gautier. And thanks for listening, everybody. I really enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'll be back next week, 9 to noon, for more fun games. Here we go. I think I can get this one. Here we go.
Get up in the morning, I can't keep it in. I'm falling all over myself and I could jump out of my skin. Wanna break the door down just to greet the day. 'Cause there ain't nothing that's more certain to keep my blues away. And I sing, la, la, hey, hey. And I sing, la, la, hey, hey. And it can settle the sadness and the voices in my head. When I'm in the glow, the warmth you throw, I can put all that to bed. Smiling on me, that is all I need to put behind me all my worry and life's complexities. It may be only a moment, but the world just falls away, and I forget myself and everything else that depressed me yesterday, and I can say